This is the reason I sit and I speak to you concerning the matters that's at hand and the things that I've gone through on this mission. But I will not turn back. Faithful to the end, non-violent. This is what get them so because of a non-violent person. God show you this in the Revelation chapter 6. That black horse, he was a man of non-violence. He had a balance in his hand. And he was a judge. And he was sent here by God to prepare the way for the return. But he had judged people's tell them their faults regardless of the status of life. I have to speak to all of them. Even though they program them young men against me, and the children are made to suffer because they're living a lifestyle that's going to be a bob and doe in and out of prison, just like the one that's set before them, and that God's over them. Why am I saying this? Why am I saying this? Our peoples of the black race, regardless of our suffering and the way we have been treated here, and we hope build this country and create a job, the manufacturing plant for this nation to elevate it above all nations. At the end of the day, the poor people, the Mexicans, and the black peoples who sit and did this, looking for a celebration at the end. Once we became eager to set up and to be made part of the celebration, they shipped the jobs overseas. They shipped the jobs to other countries. When you look, they taken, and not only did they ship the jobs overseas, they don't want nobody to talk about it. But they tell us to invest. What you invest for? For them to ship some more stuff overseas? Why keep pouring stuff, fixing a meal in the pot, and the man that you fix it, well, and you get ready to celebrate, he take and pour it out until you cook some more. And then you fill it up again, you cook that, and he tell to pour it out until you cook some more. I mean, when on the celebration, you cannot keep making up for a mistake that a man, out of virtue, out of his own integrity, of his own heart, out of his own jealousy and grief, he keep pouring it out. Why tell me to go invest and be an entrepreneur and create jobs, and when you take and you create a job or come up with something new, the rich man who dominated, he come and invest in you. He got all the money, he got all the power, and when he get his CO in your thing, and you the one have created, but through his money that he can invest in anything he want to, he become attached to you, attach your creation in his web or his network, and then he ship your job overseas. You can't be fooled. How many times could you be fooled? You can't live a lie where he's what if that man did this that. Well, heck, sure. In other words, that done this out of malice, what it looks like, and if he keep pouring the substance out of the food out you do, keep destroying the infrastructure as long as you build it up, what use and keep on building? He tears down the will of the people when he take and ship your job overseas, and then when he sit and tell you you build and create an infrastructure, and when you build another infrastructure, he tear it down and throw it away again. You have to come to common ground and use common solutions. If you don't know what's happening, we see it, but we perceive not what we see. We hear it, we don't understand what we hear. Because our mind have become a fix that this democracy, it was designed to work for every man, woman, and child on this planet, regardless of the creed, color, and the pedigree. It's not so. It is so designed and so crafted until he who designed it would be the winner in the end. Yet we will sit and sing the song, we will overcome. We march your day and do everything, but he don't care nothing about us. You have to see his pattern. You have to know his pattern. When they had me behind that house that late that night in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and the police, I'm telling you, this is going to shoot me in the back of the head. I'm telling you this. My God, they didn't fix this thing up. They were going to dump my body and make you think there was a criminal did it. But God put his arm around me and delivered me out of their hand. He told me when he caught me up between the earth and the sun, the year of 1995, that he was going to remember me. And through that due process, he remembered me. And I got to see them people looking up at the star, worshiping the star. This part of Pine Bluff Police Department. I don't know how many people say like that. You know, he took me through changes. And I've seen so many things happening in here. I don't have nothing against the United States of America. I don't have nothing against the drug dealer. But their ways is a pity of sin. Their behavior is not of God. It is the Antichrist. And we have to make a difference between the two, what is godly and ungodly. How can we continue to go on and embrace that which is wrong? It doesn't matter if he is my brother or my sister. If he live an ungodly life and he do things in a deceitful way where he destroy the livelihood of men and women, and he go back and relax in his chambers as if everything is all right, then we have to question his integrity towards us. If by chance you see him doing this thing to one man, sooner or later, if he get the chance, he'll do these things to you. When God spoke to Jesus, when he spoke in heaven and said, who will go for us? Who shall I send? Jesus stepped out and said, I'll go. When he spoke and said, who will go and pursue after Ahab? He said, I'll go. He said, wherewith? To the end of the world, I will pursue Ahab. I'll be a lion tongue in front of him because the house of Jacob didn't want to hear the word of the prophet. They wanted the prophets to lie to them, but they didn't want to know they were lying to them. Because when they called this man and told him to go and tell him, he said, this man is going, he don't speak good toward me. And when they went in, he told him, I told you, when that man said, what gave what God say, to say, that is what I'm going to do. Say, this is what I'm going to do. I'm living in a state of mind, a more hostile world than they did. But I know the powers of God is everlasting and is ever so strong, and he can deliver me out of the hands of the enemy. He delivered me out of the burning house when they attacked me, set my house on fire, threw the firebomb through the door to burn me up in this house. I was not guilty of a crime. And he delivered me when he shot me with that stun gun, the long range, wasn't a toy tag. And he delivered me out of the wilderness after hitting me